Well then, uh, Konnichiwa, good morning to you all. Uh, like I promised, I return now with Bleach 528 chapter review that come out today. Uh, so, um, this chapter, um, like I have say in my previous video, apparently, like I was suspecting, Nimaya did send Ishigo back to the human world, back to Karakura town. That was kinda expecting. This chapter does not have too much development on the overall history, except on the last pages of the chapter. In any case, yes, we see Ishigo coming back home, then he apparently feels guilty because he was not able to achieve his goals in the Soul Palace, and he does not feel like see for his friends for one side, Chad or Ime, and he also kind of fled from his father, Ishin. Uh, so he goes to Ikumi's place. It was good to see her again. I think that in the Fullbringer arc, she could be an important character, a more important character, and I'm happy that Kubo did bring her back, even if it's kinda the the safe place for Ishigo to in some way kinda have a head on shock with reality and to settle down a little. Um, I will not speak about the talk we have with Ikumi because it's not too relevant to the story. She simply say that every time he needs to have some kind of place to go and to settle down a little bit his ideas or his feelings or so on, he can count with her. That's good. She is apparently a good friend of him, so that's nice. The only thing that I kinda it was not quite clear about Ikumi, uh, but that could also mean nothing because when Ishigo is there, there is a situation after their talk and their fight and the comic part of the chapter. Uh, um, she say that a customer is in, but she did not see uh, nobody, and Ishigo sees his father Ishin as a Shinigami. And apparently Ikumi was not able to see Ishin in his Shinigami form. However, when Ishigo left, apparently she was able to see the badge. So this kinda means that she possesses some kind of spiritual awareness that is not fully developed, because I remember when the badge was given to Ishigo, I think that Tukitake explains that only persons with some kind of spiritual awareness could see the badge, not people. Normal people could not see the badge. So I don't know exactly what Kubo intends with this small hint about Ikumi or about some kind of spiritual awareness from the part of Ikumi, but this also could mean nothing on the overall history. Okay. Um, then we go to the beginning of the talk between Ishigo and Ishin, like I have said in my previous video. That is the time to have that talk, and Ishin refers that they finally will go to have the talk that was postponed since the time with Aizen. So, Ishin confirms that Ishigo Mother's Masaki was a Quincy. Apparently, Ishin was kinda treated by her sometime in the past. Uh, in that small flashback. We see two important things, besides the fact that Masaki presents herself as a Quincy. But that was already expected, so no surprise on that, but it was good that Kubo did confirm it in the words of Ishin. Then we see Ishin in his Shinigami uniform. Apparently, he is using some kind of a worry, so it's not pretty clear if it's a regular Captain Zawari from a captain from the Gotei searching, or if he's a worry that belongs to the Royal Guards. I still think that Ishin was a former Royal Guard, and it was the guy that when took off from the Sol Palace, his place was taken by Kiryu Ikifune, that was promoted in his set. But I hope that Kubo explained that in the next chapters, the reason why Ishin left or the Gotei Searching or the Royal Guard. Then the second part, and that is interesting, is that Masaki presents herself as Masaki Kurosaki. So this implies, like I have been saying for a quite time now, that Kurosaki is not the name of Ishin. Ishin, when he married Masaki, he took his name, her name. So this adds to my theory that Ishin is a member of the Shiba family, and this was hinted already when Kukako speaks about the uncle in a chapter past to Genju. The Kurosaki name comes from his mother's side. So Ishin, we don't know at this moment what is his family name. However, I'm quite certain that Ishin full name will be Ishin Shiba. In this chapter, nothing more is said or explained. It's simply the beginning of that famous talk between Ishin and Ishigo that most likely will happen in the next few chapters. I was kind of surprised that Kubo did in fact make a whole chapter about Ishigo returning to the human world. I was not unhappy about it, not at all. However, I hope that Kubo keeps up the pace and continues like he did with Uno and Zaraki, and he kept going about their story and about their fight. I hope that Kubo follows the same path about Ishin and Ishigo, and that he keeps going on explaining the roots of Ishigo and why Ishin was in the human world, what happened between him and Ishigo Matters, that he could also explain what are the abilities of Masaki, what happened to Masaki for her to apparently lose her powers, um, and so on. So this is a quite good introduction chapter for I think a pretty long flashback about explaining Ishigo on roots. Hope that Kubo keeps up with it in the next chapters, and we will see what will be the end of this talk. Well, this is my Bleach chapter revision for chapter 528. Hope you enjoy. Stay well. Peace.